The Twitch.
Hello, everyone. It is the War for the Overworld boys again. It's Lee and Kian, Community Manager, QA Lead. And we're back with War for the Overworld, and it's good to see everyone who is currently talking in Steam chat, so it's nice to see everyone there. Please let us know if there are any problems with the stream. There's a little bit of a concerning glowy block on OBS today, so
the arcane runes of OBS.
we must interpret the signs that are written in the stars. So yeah, we just thought we'd have a little bit of an impromptu stream today for reasons that we cannot disclose at the moment. But yeah, we're going to play some My Pet Dungeon. We invite you to have a chat with us. You're clicking entirely in the middle of nowhere, Kian.
Yeah, it's like I'm training my mouse finger for this rapid fire gameplay.
APM, get that APM up.
Cannot hear you.
Cannot hear you.
Cannot hear you.
How can they not hear us?
They just cannot hear you.
Oh.
Everything seems perfect. Okay.
Okay.
Jeru probably has muted himself.
Jeru, you may want to.
Well, he can't hear us. Maybe he just trolled us. Jeru just trolled us.
Oh,
cool.
Very
nice
funny,
one,
Jeru.
Cheers.
Thank you very much. Okay. So yeah, Kian, you crack on. I think Scott would very much like it if we played Pony Grasp and tried to play it properly and tried not to upset all our minions today.
Well, playing the game properly is inducing the most suffering possible.
No.
As soon as you have happy units, you've done it wrong.
Well, you are an evil lord, so I suppose that good is evil and evil is good now. Right?
Yeah.
So that means that you should make everyone suffer.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, last time we actually had a live stream, I was doing this on my own because Kian had abandoned me. And now he comes and he texts me and he's like, I'm going to play today. I'm going to play. And he won't let me play anymore. What a terrible person.
Lee isn't allowed to play the game.
So yeah, when you're ready, Kian, what are you doing?
I was just checking if there's any cool mutators we could stick on today. But I think we're going to play vanilla. We're going to go for a pure experience. Who should I dress up as? Bit of Mira.
Mira?
Yeah.
Not the regular dwarven theme, best theme.
Oh, it is.
No.
Dwarven theme is always enticing.
We do showcase it a little bit too much.
I think I'm going to go for...
It's a little too good for the show.
I'm going to go for a violet arcane theme. And I'm going to show off the coolest worker in the game. One that's accessible to everybody. Not the prison architect worker.
That's not accessible to everyone.
Well, if you own Prison Architect.
Yeah, as you should, because it's an amazing game.
Yeah.
And if you have the Prison Architect worker, then you own our game, so you're just wonderful, wonderful people.
So I'm going to take the Postal Worker, accessible to all, if you have an email address. Sign up to the newsletter on the main menu, and you can get this bad boy. Buy our merch, sign up for the newsletter.
Gotta get that shilling in early. Get your emails into our newsletter. We really need those in.
Yep.
Sign up to discover who wins the singing contest for the developers.
Yep. The annual singing contest. We will get in this room, sing at the blank wall behind us.
Be a Vampire. The plan for today's stream is just for us to pretty much chill with My Pet Dungeon, or in the case Kian, to chill with My Pet Dungeon. And Richard is now distracting.
Since you appear to be the master
I'll let him
of
finish.
dungeons, I suggest you mount an emergency animal rescue.
So this level, a My Pet Dungeon level, which is our sandbox campaign, where you just basically get to build and explore to your heart's content. You've got a few objectives, but those are just to increase your score, and when you reach a certain score, then technically you've completed the level, but you can keep playing. On this level, we got to discover the hidden Demonicorn and rescue all her little Demonicorn babies.
Little fowls.
Foals?
I think they deliberately pronounce it foul, so then it's like, oh, they're foul.
They are foul. So yeah, Kian's just gonna crack along with that, and we thought we'd do some My Pet Dungeon because we've not really spent much time in it. We've always had it as a bit of a end piece rather than something that we played through properly. So we're just going to play through this level nice and calm, and spend most of the time talking to you wonderful people in chat. So again, any questions you have, anything you want to ask us, or if you just want to have a chat, I'm here, I'll be reading, Kian will be reading as well, but he'll also obviously be focusing on the game. And we'll also commentate on what Kian is doing for the benefits of those who are new to War for the Overworld or are considering it. We very much welcome you to spend some time with us and delve into the depths of this dungeon management game. So, Be a Vampire is asking if you can build an ugly dungeon on purpose, which is something you do every game, as we recently discovered, Kian.
Yeah.
So
I don't see what everybody's problem is.
Maybe you should try and make a beautiful dungeon. Maybe
it's pretty good. Look at it
a bit. Yeah, that nice corner in that room there, look, really adding to the aesthetic.
You haven't let me like decorate it yet, and then I'm gonna put a bit of this here.
No.
I really like how the pen tile looks, so I'm just gonna put some there.
You're a terrible, terrible human.
Apparently the room's too small, but I think the game's just broken.
So what Kian's doing here, other than driving me up the wall, is he is building out his dungeon. He's tagged out some tiles for his little workers to go out and dig. You see the little dwarves running around. They are dwarves, aren't they? No, they're the male workers, of course. The postal workers going out there and digging out the tiles with their little pickaxe. And then he's letting them claim that and expand his dungeon, and then placing down some rooms. In this case, he's built a barracks, which will attract some gnarlings to his dungeon, which are a fairly basic combat unit. But the bread and butter of every Underlord's dungeon, I would say. Are the workers basically skins, or do they have unique features each? So the workers are skins. It's purely cosmetic. There's no features. The reason is because there is like 30, 40 of them now. How many do you think we have?
I'd say it's like 20, but I honestly have never counted them.
Yeah, I've never actually sat down. I mean, tell a lie, I have sat down and counted them for when we started considering trying to make it a bit better to select them. But there are a lot. Too many, some would say. But you can never have too many lovely worker skins,
it's just you get to have exactly the minions in the dungeon that you'd like.
But yeah, purely cosmetic, no benefits other than visual. We don't want to be giving people advantages that others don't have outside the multiplayer games. And yeah, so what's your plan, Ian?
I'm just trying to get like kind of the basic rooms down. Just try and get me some minions in. So I've not yet got any cultists, so I can't really research anything. So I've just got the basic gnarlings in. Waiting for them to kind of train up a bit, just expand out on the map a little, try and like see what going on in the underground.
You might want to be careful about how you're digging out, because I do know that there are enemies on this map.
That's okay. I've got two gnarlings.
Two gnarlings.
Three gnarlings. Three gnarlings and a cultist.
Three gnarlings and a cultist. This could only end well.
Three gnarlings and a cultist is all you need.
I believe that is the meta, actually.
Yeah.
The free gnarling cultist meta, which is pro players. That's what they always go. You don't need anything more.
Everything more is just a waste, really. Just being greedy. Oh. So in the My Pet Dungeon mode, a lot of the rooms are actually locked, so you have to be given them allotted on a timer. I'm just kind of waiting for some of the core stuff to come in, so I just threw down that big foundry there.
It hurts. It hurts. This room that you have built with the layer in the middle, at least you're putting the walls back up, so there is
one wall there.
Great.
Yep.
This
got like a little...
Thank you. Thank you for the nightmares that I will have tonight of your dungeons. So what Kian's doing here, as he mentioned, his rooms are gradually unlocking over time, and that's a My Pet Dungeon feature specific to this game mode. It gives you a steady pace, so you can just go at your own steam rather than having to focus on this research and trying to get as much of that done as possible. We just grant it to you over time, so you can gradually expand the dungeon.
Replacement Earth,
And what Kian is doing is he's building his little foundry, and then he's replacing the walls. Because if you have fortified walls, they'll give each prop, which is in a range, a efficiency boost. And here we see the toy box.
Yeah.
The hero toy box, which is filled with goodly heroes for which we can punish and torture to our heart's content by simply dropping them in our dungeon and letting our minions go to hell and back on them, I would say. You see, that fire breather did not have a good time. I think we can all agree that fire breather's life has been significantly shortened by being killed. I didn't think that sentence through. And yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to get everything going, really. The thing with my dungeon is you got a very slow pace, just as things come in. There's no real rush on you, so you can just kind of build it as you like.
You do need an archive. Have you got your archive down?
Yeah, I do.
No, of course, you have some cultists. Are they actually researching, or are you training them?
They're training. I picked him up so that he could kill the fire breather and accidentally started training.
You got to get that research going so you can unlock some extra stuff, not just the rooms. But yeah, this is a game mode that we added in 2017, back in April 2017, and that's because we had a lot of feedback from users that they wanted to be able to have a mode where they could relax and build up a dungeon of their dreams.
Just something a bit more persistent. You can come back and visit these if you wish, and kind of like build it up and perfect it, rather than like making them a bit more disposable like they are in some levels.
And it's one of the modes that's available in the game, along with the main obviously the campaigns and the skirmish mode, and the skirmish itself has 3 game modes, so there's tons of stuff to do here. And the survival mode for Crucible. Having 4... Beer Vampire, like, contradicts me and says, having 4 lair tiles beside a barracks archival foundry is a good idea. I hate this. This is not okay. It looks so wrong. It hurts me. It hurts my delicate sensibilities.
The Gaming Knights. So what are the best top tier minions and enemies in this game? Want to kind of run through all the massive tanks?
So there are a ton of different top tier units in the game, because there are just a ton of units in the game. Now, obviously, the obvious examples are the Titans, which exist at the end of the Veins of Evil, which you saw Kian playing in there. If you just open it again, Kian, you see at the end of each tree, right at the bottom, is one of the 4 Titans. That's the Behemoth, the Colossus, the Archon, and the Eternal. Each of these embodies like an aspect of evil as we consider them, and they're super units that you summon in rather than actually attracting. And they're very, very powerful, but they cannot be trained, so they always remain at that power. And they tend, like, if you send one of them in alone, it won't completely mulch everything. No, that's the duty of the vampire. The vampire, which is a special ritual, which where you summon them through a sacrifice, and you have to sacrifice 3 of your own units or 3 prisoners in order to summon one of these vampires, who can then be leveled up and is extremely powerful. Can't even be killed technically, unless he's killed by a huntress or another vampire. Then, of course, we have the Demonicorn, which hopefully we will uncover on this level somewhere. I'm sure Kian will managed to locate it, which is it first started off a long time ago as an April Fool's joke, but is now one of the most powerful units in the game, because we decided this was actually awesome, so let's put it in. And it's the bloody incarnation of My Little Pony, I would say.
It's definitely an accurate description.
Yeah.
And look who I found already.
There is a baby Demonicorn. So there are different sizes of Demonicorn. The baby Demonicorn typically is created by a normal Demonicorn whenever it kills another unit. That's right. Whenever it kills another unit, it creates more Demonicorns. That's what makes them terrifying. They're like a certain type of enemy in the XCOM series, which many of you will know the pains of dealing with. So yeah, and obviously Be a Vampire has contributed there. I would also like to say hello to YouTube chat, Wesky. I see your comment there. Don't worry, we are reading, and we are quite happy to integrate with you and talk with you. Please submit any questions you have. We're pretty much here to chill today. We're not in any rush to do much.
Hence my pet dungeon.
Hence my pet dungeon. Which is the most chill mode in War for the Overworld. It is so chill.
So while you were talking there, I realised that I couldn't blow this up because it's obsidian on one side.
Yep.
So I can't blow up the brimstone from this side. It needs to be on the brimstone side. And then the obsidian will get blown up by the brimstone. So then I thought, I can use the ritual to place an underminer there, and then use the ritual to channel it, and then click on it, and then blow it up. Then I realised that I don't have any underminers. So then I thought I could put a moon gate there, then channel it, then walk through and get the demon core.
Yeah.
And then I realised that I don't have the sanctuary.
You don't have the sanctuary. That's what I was going to come to.
Then I just looked over here, and there's actually just a way to tunnel around. Yeah. So that's just a shortcut.
That thought process you went through there, and it turns out the easiest way was just to go around the whole time.
Yep. So I'm just gonna get a worker here. It's level 2 guy.
To sort of like explain what Kian was looking at there, is we have several different types of terrain within the Underworld. So on this side of the wall where he was planning to place the Underminer, you're gonna have to dig that out. Was brimstone, which is explosive. So if you put it's highly volatile even. So if you put an explosive next to it, it will blow up and destroy what's next to it. And then there's the obsidian, which is otherwise impenetrable. But if brimstone blows up next to it, it blows up. Pretty cool.
Yep.
So you get a lot of these one-way puzzles in certain levels.
The junior specimen of the infamous Equus ferus demon.
Nieri asks from Steam chat. I think this is a question. I've not fully read it yet, so I'm going to get halfway through this and go, oh, that's not a question. Did you know the German release of Dungeon Keeper 2 had a rap song released with it? It has surprisingly awesome text. Did it? It sounds amazing. Like, what is German rapping like, I wonder? Maybe we should get Stefan in to
do some German rapping.
Some German rapping. I imagine it's pretty terrifying. It can be quite scary from time to time. Possession is OP. That it is. We actually have balanced possession as a concept a little bit compared to other dungeon management games. Although Kian is working his hardest to claim this, there is a maximum limit because we actually had it in early access a long time ago now. It was possible to just claim stuff super fast.
Well, I thought right-click claim had been added kind of recently. 1.6.
No, it's been in. I actually think like when possession was first introduced in like 0.1.2, when you were still 5, that's when we added the right-click functionality. Specifically, I think for the worker. I don't think anything else has a right-click functionality.
So
it does.
I don't know actually, but something I noticed there: if your worker is claiming a tile and you claim the tile with that worker, you can claim the tile at double speed.
It's a feature, not a bug. Really cool feature. Nobody knows about it until now.
I'm sure other people use that.
I am absolutely positive that people are aware of it. I wasn't aware of it personally, but yeah, really cool feature. Nice find, Kian. That's why you're QA. I would say that is a quality feature, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
quality
I
assured.
think it's pretty good.
So there you go. Drakenweir thanks us for developing this game. He loved Dungeon Keeper and other dungeon management games, I'm sure. And we can only say thank you back. Like we wouldn't have been able to make this, and we wouldn't be here now sat in our office with our Cardboard Pat behind us. I forgot to introduce him, by the way. This is Cardboard Pat. He's our 2D art director. Literally 2D. And yeah, what was I saying?
Cardboard Pat.
Cardboard Pat. I got lost in Cardboard Pat. I saw him on the webcam. I was like, whoa! Oh yeah, I put him there. Yeah, no, we wouldn't have been able to do this without our fans and our community who've made this possible. First of all, through Kickstarter and then early access, and then just buying the game. We've made a pretty good run of it actually, and we're really excited to be developing something, to be working on new stuff as well. Although War for the Overworld is still very much in our hearts and in our nightmares as well, and our dreams, to be fair. But making games is hard, it turns out.
Well, I think when a game's just as dark and twisted as War for the Overworld,
yeah,
it can be very harrowing.
Yeah, it's a journey. Every moment is a journey to get the exact right feeling of despair.
Yeah.
The crackpot, is it?
So, how do you think I get to this gold?
Sanctuary.
Oh, I have the sanctuary. I know how I'm getting to the gold. Wait. Oh no, yeah, Moongate. That's how I'm getting to the gold.
Is this what you're going to do, Moongates, and you don't have enough gold? So in order to get to the gold, you need gold in the first place.
But Lee, I want to go there.
Well, I mean, I can't just spontaneously grant you gold. You have to figure out a way to generate your own gold, Kian.
Yes, I'm going to have to use transmutation.
Fortunately, you did...
I don't have enough gold.
You've queued one up, though.
I've queued one up.
Well,
that wasn't really what I was going for.
You've not thought this through, all in all. That alchemy lab...
That's enough for one Moongate that I'm going to get out of this.
So Kian, as you can see here, has invested in an alchemy lab, which allows him to brew potions. And these potions are things that his crackpots will brew, then he'll pick them up and drop them. And they will have various effects. In the case of transmutation, it actually adds gold to blocks, which is really cool. It's one of the many ways to generate extra gold in this game. I did see a few questions in chat that I am about to get to as well. So don't worry if I've not read you out. We're coming to you. I'm going to do the transmutation now.
Oh,
are you going to do an efficient transmutation?
I need to do a non-rubbish transmutation, don't I?
Yeah. You might want to put it down.
There we go. No, wait, I'll just tag. There we go. Yeah.
Good idea. Good idea. Here come the workers to dig out that tile. And why Kian's doing this is because you can only drop potions one tile away. And as you can see there, it adds them in the 3x3 radius. But that means that you can never get a full 3x3 radius of transmutation. So the maximum and most efficient way to do it is to add in a notch so that you can place it right in the middle. So Mr. Risselard from YouTube chat says, hello, since this is a dungeon game, have you considered adding dragons? Now, it would be very remiss to say that we haven't considered adding dragons. I'm sure you may be well aware that they're easily probably one of the most requested units in the game, one of the most requested monsters that we could add, and they have loads of people have asked about them over the years. Now, we've never added dragons because we didn't think we could do them justice. Like, we wanted dragons, and we imagined dragons to be something more impressive, more huge, and the game just really wasn't set up to support that.
Lee, I've run out of money.
And you're about to doubly run out of money because of payday.
Yeah, I'm not in a good spot.
You could, Kian, send in a hero party, and they will drop gold.
Don't worry, I found some gold.
There you go. It's time to pay your minions with all that gold you don't have. So, for those who are not aware of some of the mechanics of this game, all the units you attract, the minions in your dungeon, are actually AI driven. So they all have their own personalities and their own drives and their needs that you have to fulfill. Think of them like Sims, I suppose, because they are simulated in that way. And in the case of most intelligent units, like the cultists, like the Gnarling that we mentioned before, they need to be fed and they need to have a place to sleep. They need gold. They need to be paid for their work, and in return, they'll work for you and they'll fight for you. And if you fail to do this, then they'll start getting unhappy. And when people get unhappy, they'll either quit or they'll start murdering other people, which is never good. So Kian, being the generous underlord that he is just getting some gold. Although I don't think it's to pay his units anymore. That's kind of been and gone out the window as payday has come and gone.
Well,
So,
it's more at this point to which one is he? I think it's this one. Fill my pockets so then I can build this moon gate.
moon gate. You need 2 moon gates. Even.
Yep, that's really the main problem.
The moon gate is a new construct that we added with the Undergames expansion that came out in April this year. And it's really cool because it allows you to... It's basically a teleporter pad. And that's really awesome because it means that you can have one on one side of the map and another on the other side of the map, and all your units can just run through it. And that's really enjoyable. That's one of the things... I seem to remember when Josh, the design lead on War for the Overworld, first suggested it, Stefan was like, oh no. no. Because the pathfinding madness that would ensue from it was pretty significant. But we got it in the end. It was one of the ones that was on the edge of being cut before the Undergames. So it was good to see it get in. But yeah, on dragons, as I was saying, dragons are something that would be very cool to do, but we would want to do them justice, and at the moment we don't think that War for the Overworld is the game to do that. The closest you'll get is, of course, the Behemoth, who is pretty big, and he breathes fire, and he's a lizard, and that's basically a dragon. But yeah. Also, upright dragons are kind of strange, to be honest.
shadow has entered your dungeon.
You know that a shadow had entered my dungeon?
A shadow has entered your dungeon.
Complete.
Moongate complete. It's very different deliveries from Richard Ridings there.
Complete?
Yeah, it's complete, look. Oh.
How'd the other one get complete?
Sorcery?
Torture chamber
It's
unlocked.
a feature.
Okay, so I'm gonna put 1 unit into this guy.
You didn't cast the ritual, did you?
No, I don't even have the ritual yet.
Oh. Okay. Sure.
One of the
Alright.
workers must have gotten themselves over there.
Oh, maybe there's like another path. Yeah, no, look. He's gone around on the map.
Oh,
Yeah, you
we
can
walked
see.
through the water. Okay.
They'll find a way. Life finds a way. Whew. But we just encountered another bug there. It's alright, it's alright.
That's what I found over
Whoa.
here.
Okay, wow. The Steam chat has had quite a few things going on, so I'm just having a look through here and having a skim to see if there's various questions. Dracoweir asks, is there a way to import custom models, textures, and animations? Unfortunately not. We did look at mod tools very, very early on after our Kickstarter. Unfortunately, it wasn't going to happen. It was either the mod tools or the game. And we opted to basically do the game. And now we're very, very far as such down the line where it's now basically impossible for us to do that with any reasonable sense. You can read about that. The story is actually quite interesting, but basically if we had continued down that path, we probably would have been bankrupt many, many years ago, and we would never have been able to release this to our backers. So yeah, unfortunately not. It would be very, very cool, but it's not in, and there's no plans for it. It is multiplayer. DK, I remember always having a Black Knight who seemed to have depression. Well, that's because he's a Black Knight and he's very emotional. The emo knight of the dungeon. WFTO, yeah. WFTO stands for War for the Overworld, not War for Underworld, or WTFO, as some people often mistake it for. Great name. Very long. I mean, the more letters you have in your name, the better it is. That's a fact, I think.
It's a well-known fact.
All Black Knights depressed and emotional. Maybe just that one. Maybe he was the Knight of Emotion. A very emotional experience. So you've been exploring this map for quite a bit now, and you've been covered a fair chunk of it. Are you bringing your minions to attack through your moon gate?
Ah, I found another Democorn. So on this level, I only need to get 7 of them. I actually start to remember this level now. I think there's like a lost family of Chundas or something in this corner over here. About here.
You have discovered a gateway.
Oh, gateway. Oh, artifact. Oh, complete lack of lost family of Chundas.
Yeah. I think it might be in a prison, you know. Or is it on a different map?
Oh, that might be on the second level.
It's possible. There are, in the My Pet Dungeon mode, there are 8 levels. 2 of them are available for free in the base game, and then the remaining 6 are as part of the expansion that we created. It was just a sort of like try before you buy experience, because this mode is, as we've said before, is quite a relaxed mode. It might not be everyone's speed, but it's well worth giving it a go, because I think there's something zen about building your dungeon up, really, and looking after all your minions. Something that a lot of people feel quite strongly about. And yeah, and also it now supports custom levels as well, since we extended the map editor's capabilities in April with patch 2.0. So you can now get custom My Pet Dungeon levels courtesy of the community.
Straight from the Steam Workshop.
One of which will be in the Community Spotlight this month as well, which I am putting together. I've been putting together over the past few days, actually. So that should be coming out to you in a few days. The Ever Chosen One says, "I love the new game you guys made. Really great work. Cheers." Thank you very much. We really appreciate that. It's our first title, so it's been a very long journey, and we're glad. The thing that makes us most happy is that our fans enjoy this game, and that's really what it's about. Obviously, it's very important that we are financially stable for us as well, but you know, just hearing that our fans really enjoy the game is so important to us. So thank you very much for letting us know.
Bolts420 asks, does it have a Feng Shui bonus?
Does it have a Feng Shui bonus?
Does the game have a Feng Shui bonus? So I think the bonus you get from a well-designed dungeon is just like the happiness within yourself when you get to zoom out and look at it. Like, look how nicely laid out it is. All the different colours.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's really what it's all about, isn't it? That's Feng Shui deep down. It's to make you feel good, and if you feel good about your dungeon, then yeah. To some extent, there is also the efficiency bonus that you get from having fortified walls near the props. So, like, if you don't have your fortified walls and it's just dirt walls, then that's not very Feng Shui, and your units don't work very efficiently because of that. As Bia Vampire said, the bonus of Beautiful Dungeon is efficiency. Everyone care about.
Payday has come again.
And the answer to your question that you wrote in front of me, Kian, is no idea.
Okay.
Couldn't tell you. I need a bonsai garden as a centerpiece, personally. Bonsai Underlord. How about that? A nice bonsai tree as the dungeon core.
Yep.
Little forest nymphs or something like that. Walking around. That would be pretty spectacular. And then Be a Vampire needs a pain garden. I think almost all the dungeon cores suit that. Hello, John. It's RoboChar, John, one of our awesome Kickstarter backers. And the answer is yes. Augurs would look more Feng Shui with with Tails. Don't you agree, Kian?
Yeah. I feel like it would really tie the look of them together.
Do you even aware that they used to have Tails in a very, very old concept?
Yeah, I know about that.
Yeah. Like, I think there was even a model made, like, a long time ago. The Augurs used to have a mechanical tail. The problem was the animation requirement of it was so extreme that we realized we couldn't actually afford to do it. But, you know what?
I think the Augur looks better now.
Yeah, the Augur, he looks pretty cool. I like him. After a few iterations, we got him where he needed to be. There's a really cool comic, actually, starring the Augur. He goes and gets like a fan comic. He goes and gets a new hairdo at the hair salon, and then all the imps make fun of him. He goes back and he gets a new hairdo, and they make fun of him. It's just endless cycle. That's deep down. Deep down.
Unlocked.
Bolt said his PC Steam just crashed again. Missed everything that he said. RIP. Sorry about that, Bolt. I wish I could do something for you. I don't know what you missed. I kind of ramble sometimes, and I don't have a script. It's all up here. Coming out
Bonsai
here.
Garden, Dungeon
Bonsai Garden,
Core,
Augur Feng Shui.
Yeah.
Feng Shui Dungeons. Yeah. Oh, hello. Yeah. Shadow Laird, you are welcome for the Golden Skin Reward. Shadow Laird, I hope I'm saying that right, is one of the creators who was featured in October's Community Spotlight for his awesome work. And yeah, you should check out the October Spotlight, and you should also check out his workshop page because really cool map. And yeah, we really appreciate the fact that people are willing to create content for this game using our map editor. I think it's done really, really well. Really proud of it. So what are you up to now, Kian? I've kind of been paying attention to the Steam chat, and not so much at your ever-growing dungeon. You now sort of like control half the map.
Yeah, I made like a G.
A G. Is that meant to be a reference to something, Kian?
No, I just wanted to make a G.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm just waiting for my workers to dig it out. So
Oculus lost.
just kind of building up some torture racks. I don't really want any of these guys because they're all so low level. So I'll probably in my sanctuary get the sacrifice ritual out.
Yep.
Actually, no. If I get the vampire ritual going.
Well, you can always guarantee a vampire at least.
Yeah, I don't actually know the recipes off the top of my head for anything good.
I don't think anyone does. I'm sure the community has come across or constructed a pretty comprehensive list by now of recipes. So to explain the rituals, as you see here, this room, which is blue in this theme, is usually red. It's called the Sanctuary. And that's where you channel these baleful rituals, which are really powerful, typically map-wide effects or just things that require a bit of time. When you start channeling them, your cultists actually have to come there, give up their research, and actually start channeling the ritual. And once it's complete, you can cast it. In the case of the vampire ritual, you also need to sacrifice three minions, either your own or prisoners, in order to create the vampire, which Kian just did.
Yep, and I just killed a load of level 1 units to stock my prison up.
This is the benefit of the My Pet Dungeon mode. As you can see, we've been to it a few times now. The toy box is full of different Empire units, which you can pick up and place anywhere in your dungeon. That means that you have complete control. You can also trigger waves to spawn via this bar that's currently on the bottom of Kian's screen, which will create random waves to attack you. And you can also change the level of the units as well. At the moment, we have them all as level 1 because Kian just wants to get his vampires out. But he's he's at complete liberty to do what you want, and that was the impetus behind the design of this mode, was do what you want, create the dungeon that you want, and whatever you want to do with it, we give you the tools to do that. It even goes a step further. We don't have it enabled, but there's something called God Mode, which basically unlocks all the terrain editing tools as well, so you can completely change the terrain of the level. You can spawn units in, spawn buildings in, whatever you want. Like, you can do that with God Mode. It's kind of like having the map editor tools in real time.
I just spent a lot of money on bridges.
Yeah. You're going a bit bridge happy, I've noticed. Like up at the top, there's a huge the top right. There's a huge bridge there that you've got going around in this crescent shape, and you're just a bit like, the way you build bridges is quite something to see. I've got to say, it's almost like you have a vendetta against the water.
Yeah.
Like,
what's
I hate water. It's wet and gets everywhere. So, having a quick look through Steam chat, we have the messy story behind the making. Teary-eyed. Drakenweird, you just had a read of one of our interviews. I think that was one of the Eurogamer articles, or it might have been PC Gamer. Yeah, that's pretty much the story of our development. Is quite the journey. So yeah, we appreciate our fans for sticking with us throughout, and through some troubled times. We'll admit there were troubled times that we benefit. Wizard, cool wizard.
Wizard? No,
Wizard.
I want an Arcanist.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get myself a level
Wizard.
10 Arcanist.
Do you want a level 10 Arcanist?
Yeah. So they're a glass cannon, so on their own they're a complete joke.
Yeah.
But I can just get myself one here by getting my entire army to just rally on top of them and get completely bullied. And then my worker will take them to the prison, then the succubus will torture them, and I'll have a level 10 Arcanist.
Excellent.
I have no idea where they went.
Clever plan. Where is your torture chamber?
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Over in the corner.
There we go.
And you've got your succubus. May as well pick her up and drop her. Get her working. Can't have none of these lollygagging succubuses, succubi around. You see the nice little sprinkle on the corruption animation.
Salt Bay. So soon I'm gonna have a level 10 Arcanist.
Be a Vampire asks you, could you please sacrifice 3 succubi? I have no idea why.
I only have 2.
So the answer is no. You could probably expand your torture chamber to get a 3rd one, I guess.
This better be good. No, I can't. I'm too poor.
You have been very poor this entire game.
I keep spending it.
Maybe you should not spend the gold. Have you ever considered not spending the gold?
Unlocked.
And like just stockpiling it for a bit? That's a lot of cultists you have as well.
Yeah,
7 cultists.
7. Well, it's because of the big archive and
the sanctuary.
sanctuary.
Increases your attraction rate.
Oh yeah. Where's my Arcanist?
There she is.
There she is. Yeah.
She blended in with the beast end floor. What's that? And we're now in possession mode, which allows you to take on, obviously, as you can see, direct control of one of your units. Go straight into the view and cast their spells and all that. It's pretty cool. It's a really nice way to explore the world.
Don't get any funny ideas.
I did realise
into the
I'm
lava
actually
there.
quite low health, but this should be fine.
Yeah. What are you off to? Where are you going?
I wanted to get a level 1 Arcanist.
Oh, and
then kill that level 1 Arcanist as a level 10 Arcanist.
with a level 10 Arcanist.
Where'd it go? Come back. Come back.
What the? Never sleep. Come on. Let's do something interesting.
Oh yeah.
Whoa. That was 3/4 of her health. Was that the basic attack?
The basic attack was 3/4 of her health, yeah.
Wow.
Bear in mind, a level 10 one only has 5k health. So a level 1 probably doesn't have much health.
A succubus is unhappy.
Succubus is
because it
unhappy.
hasn't been
He's there.
paid.
Trying to find an
yeah.
artist to hover over.
750. Yeah, that's not a lot.
Wow.
So what I'm going to do now is get all of my faithful workers and dump some of them.
Straight onto the dungeon core there. That's a nice little shortcut for getting rid of your workers onto the UI element rather than finding new dungeon core. Gaming Knight says 0 gold. I think you'll find that we actually have 8,000, 9,000, 10,000.
Gone down. Oh my god, it's gone down as fast as it's going up.
Was this payday as well?
Yeah. It's long overdue.
Excellent timing. Beer Vampire asks me, why do micro piglets stalk your dungeon in War for the Overworld? That's because micro piglets are in the slaughter pen in War for the Overworld. So they are always stalking dungeon. Although, as you can see, we have also had our dungeon floor recarpeted. With a nice brimstone effect here. And on top of that, we have, in fact, managed to rid ourselves of the yogurt that was plaguing our corridors. And, what other jokes are there?
About corridors.
Corridors. Oh, we had our minions jump up and down as well to level out the floor. It's over 9,000! It's actually not anymore. It's under 9,000!
It's about 6k.
It's about 6,000!
I don't know. Somebody in the chat want to shout out one of the recipes I could maybe do? I could always get back to my demo corn. Sacrifice 27 units.
Kid
to get
and
a
I
vampire.
were actually recording a little playthrough of Heart of Gold level 1 and level 2 yesterday, which we'll be playing after this stream on Steam only. And yeah, he was trying to get Democorn Prime through sacrifices, which for the uninformed requires you to sacrifice 3 vampires to get a baby Democorn, and each of those vampires requires you sacrifice 3 other units. Then you have to sacrifice 3 baby Democorns to get a normal Democorn. Then you have to sacrifice 3 Democorns. In the end, it's like 100 and odd units you have to sacrifice. Like, probably a lot more, 200 maybe? Like 27 for a standard Democorn. So, quite a few.
What do you think 3 Arcanists turns into?
Hinapel. Probably not, but
Well, I can check.
are you gonna get another Arcanist?
I just got another Arcanist killed.
Can you sacrifice? You should be able
Wow,
to
she got
sacrifice
obliterated.
prisoners. I think you can sacrifice those Empire units straight from that toy box. I'm not sure. I haven't tried it, but like they're kind of treated as prisoners.
That would be weird.
Yeah.
That would be weird.
The sacrifice feature is actually quite recent, so yeah.
Yeah, you can.
That it makes sense though because of the way the room behaves.
Blood has been spilled in vain. No, it just gave me 6,000 gold.
It's not in vain then, is it? I mean, we needed the gold. We needed about 6,000 gold.
What do you think I should try?
Is it just me, or is the stream lagging from Gaming Night? On our side, this looks fine, kind of. I mean, we do think there may be some problems with the stream, so do let us know if you are seeing problems. This has come out of nowhere. We don't know why, but all of a sudden, like, the stream health is not, at least what we can see on OBS is not what we would hope. Drakawir asks, question, WFTO used the Unity engine. If you were to start over building a game, would you still use the same engine? I realise this is mostly opinion.
I don't think game engines have as much like involvement in the end quality of the product as some people would assume. The Unity engine is fine. It's what we use. If we were to start over making the game because our expertise was in that, we'd probably keep going. So So yeah, I don't think there's any reason why we wouldn't use it.
The other thing as well is like Unity of today is like completely different from the Unity that we started the game in.
Yeah, well, software evolves over time.
It's evolved a lot. So there have been massive changes, and to that end, we are using Unity to build our next game. Although we are also like making a new framework, which is really exciting.
The Ever Chosen One says it is lagging.
It is lagging. That's a problem. It's difficult to know why that is. It's not on our end. I think we must be having internet problems. That's the only thing that makes sense.
Possibly.
Which is unfortunate, given that we decided to stream today, and all of a sudden we started getting internet problems. So really sorry for anybody who's having problems with the stream. We can see that there is a problem in OBS. Unfortunately, it's probably internet related, and there's nothing we can really do about it because OBS itself
not
is
right
working.
now, but at
Yeah.
some point we can try and rectify the issue.
What I will say is that this stream will be uploaded to Twitch, so there will be the VOD. But having said that, it will also upload with the problems. So I guess we'll see it at that point. But we will be rebroadcasting at the very least. And yeah, we like Unity as well. It's a good engine, and as Kian said, our expertise is in it. It gets a lot of stick, and I think most of that stick is kind of
Nice try.
past experiences, and also like the shovelware that you get coming out of some less reputable game developers these days. But you can do wonderful things with the Unity engine. You can do wonderful things with any engine. It just kind of depends what features you're after. And for us, the big feature originally was always like the multi-platform support, and like we couldn't even afford something like Unreal at the time. So, and even then, actually, when we first started War for the Overworld, this is going back way in history. We actually started on, I think, UDK first version.
I think the first prototype, yeah.
The first, yeah. I mean, like the first prototype of the game, and that was like, you know, probably 10 years ago, 8 years ago. When was UDK relevant? UDK had just come around, like at that time.
Ooh, I have.
I mean, even before that, there was one on a custom engine that somebody was making, but that didn't go anywhere. So. All right. So far you found one of the 7 Democorn.
Hey, I found 2 of them.
You found 2 of them?
Yeah.
It only says 1.
Oh, maybe I found one of the not lost ones. It says find the lost ones.
Ah.
Yeah.
Quite possibly.
I think one's going to be in this big ass dungeon.
I actually think that in this big ass dungeon, to use your phrasing, is the Democorn itself.
Ah, there we go.
That's what you got to fight through to unlock it.
All the cool stuff.
These undead that are hiding in the caverns as well.
Well, it's payday, and they're all about to get very upset about not being paid. So I'm just going to quickly rally them over.
This is so you're rallying them out here to delay them going to payday.
Yeah.
In a vain attempt to complete your ritual and get more money. It is payday. So your cultists, the 4 cultists that you just put into your peace band, which means that they don't respond to the rally flag, are now going to get their pay and immediately go on to channel the ritual, which hopefully will give you enough time to pay your minions. But you really should start building that stockpile up. I think this is
maybe. Maybe not.
Well, the Ever Chosen One says it could be on this side, but we're seeing dropped frames which we normally wouldn't see. There's certainly something off. Oh, hello. That's a big Ember Demon, the Ember Lord.
He's getting absolutely smashed.
That's it. There's a lot of minions you've got, and you're level 10 Arcanist as well, which is probably doing like tons of this damage.
And my vampire.
And your vampire, that's true.
My minions are apparently dying, but that's what happens when you have lots and lots and lots of level 1 beasts.
You also, a lot of things were KO'd. So, if I remember correctly, the Ember Lord like does a load of damage in an area around him, like the Behemoth does. And of course he has Ember Demons which explode when you kill them.
The
So.
Empire's Stone Knight is an ancient guardian hewn from the earth by House Magnanimous. It requires no rest or sustenance and is ceaseless in its purpose.
Yeah, Drakawir, that's really interesting. He's saying that he used an in-house engine for a AAA company he won't name. He says that Unity is head and shoulder much nicer to develop with.
Yeah, well, I mean, the AAA company wouldn't be selling those, so they'd
Yeah.
leave the rough edges on.
Yeah, they'd probably just, you know, invest in training rather than trying to make it as usable as possible.
Gnarling lost.
That's really cool. Very interesting. I think a lot of people like dev-related questions. I mean, that's why we're here. We can answer dev-related questions, so something unique that we can do on our streams. No one else can do. You won't see, I don't know, who's a popular streamer these days.
Shroud.
Who's hot with the kids, Kian?
Shroud playing with the Overworld.
Shroud playing for the other day. Shroud Fortnite.
It probably looks something like this.
Gnarling lost.
Oh no, wait, he'd have the camera snapping on.
Camera snapping.
Yeah, it's the somewhere
What are
in
you
here
talking
you can.
about?
Is it in display options?
I've never heard of this. What are you talking about? Camera
Or
snapping.
controls? There you go. Jump to target.
Your minions is angry
Oh.
because it hasn't been
Oh.
paid.
There you go. This is Shroud playing the game.
Your Archon
Nice.
will be summoned in 1
Nice.
minute.
I wonder. I personally don't use the snap feature for the minimap, but I know we added it because people wanted it. So I that would be a very interesting statistic to
animation
get.
is quite slow.
It is pretty slow, but it feels nicer.
Yeah, well, it's if you just want to click over there and glide over.
I bet Beer Vampire uses it. Bet Beer Vampire will say that he uses it. Good night, Nieri. Yeah.
Oh, my units are getting very upset
So
that they've not
you
been
just
paid.
killed Sir Lord Ruzamoff. Sir Ruzamoff.
Yeah,
as well.
Oh no, the Duke.
Oh, the Duke. That's why he's playing his unconscious animation is him kneeling down, because that's really important for the end of the Heart of Gold.
Your minions are under attack.
Duke Magnanimous.
So I managed to capture some gold there.
Which is
and I've got
really
Avarice.
useful.
So if I do Avarice... Whoa! Look at all the gold. I probably need to spend that very quickly.
Now, well, I mean, first of all, you're going to have to pay Payday. So, Payday, which, by the way, happened like 4.5 minutes ago.
A minion is unhappy because it can't go to bed.
A minion isn't happy because he can't go to bed.
You've
It's
identified
just unhappy. They're never happy.
Nah, they just moan.
You just whinge. Oh, I can't go to bed. I can't sleep. I can't. I've not been paid.
Instantly complete all brewing.
Tell you what, when we complain about not getting paid, it's a slap up the head. That never happens. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, we don't get beaten. Like, I joke about this all the time. We don't get beaten. We get treated very well here.
Sometimes.
We get treated very well here. Very well. So well.
Blink twice for help.
Twice for help. No, yeah, we have a great time. It's fun making games. So it's fun doing what you love for a living. As a cardboard pack can attest. That's fun in the web coming in.
Wisdom juice unlocked.
Yeah, Be a Vampire. We answered the question about Unity. we would use Unity again, is the answer to the question, and we are using Unity again. To summarize, basically Unity, first of all, like all software evolves over time, and Unity has come a very, very long way since we first started War for the Overworld. And yeah, like, there's so many features in it which are great to start with as well. And we're sure it'll come even further the time that we're developing our new projects. Oh, there you go. Drakawir has said it.
Your minions are being attacked.
Yeah, the Unity thing, like, the Unity problem is a problem kind of their own making, because if you have the free version of Unity, it always puts the Unity splash screen at the start of your game. So everybody who, like, not to say that people can't make great games with the free version of Unity, a lot of people do.
Well, there's no difference.
Yeah, exactly. There's no difference. It's just that you're more likely to see a bad game because of the amount of people who use the free version of Unity. So, and then you get that experience. You play a bad game. It had the Unity logo at the start, and you go, "Wow, this must be the engine." It's not the case. It's a complete fallacy. It's just people, like, you know, shoveling out products to try and make a quick buck. And it's really sad for us as well, because we put our heart and souls into making games, and we put a lot of effort and time. Like, we spent 5 years making this game, and like 5 years, that's full-time development. It was, you know, going on and off before that. So yeah, it's a shame that people give developers a bad name. You are clipping in and out of that flag right there. Yep. It's hurting my eyes.
One of your minions is unhappy.
I have been rallied here. Yeah. Twitch chat's been quiet today. I wonder if it's actually even working. Like,
well, I think everybody just likes to watch on Steam.
Yeah, which is the best place to watch. Everyone should be watching on Steam. It's incentivized. Have a quick look at our forums to see if there's been or anything like that. It's not, which is fine. So yeah.
So I'm just starting to wind my way through the rest of this dungeon now.
You're going in full breadth with these attacks. Single rally group, everyone, all in.
Well, let's just run through the corridor, smash them all. I don't need any tactics. I'm just going to go for barbarian strats.
Maximum force all the time. So you could make a second rally group and go exploring somewhere else. Is there anything else on the map? There must be. Well, I mean, you're missing a ton of.
There's something in the top left corner. I think that's where Australia is.
Australia is in the top left corner.
Yeah.
Australia added by Josh for Scott. Thank you, Josh. It's a great gift. You added in.
I don't actually remember how you get over there though. Because this is all impenetrable.
There's some obsidian there. A bunch of obsidian. So there must be some brimstone to trigger it nearby. Otherwise, it wouldn't be there. Map design. How are your minions doing? They're at the prison. All I can hear is lost, lost, lost. A Gnarlink has died. Shadow. Oh,
this
nice.
demo corn would have been baked in a pie if not for you.
Why would she have been baked in a pie?
Well, the Empire would have wanted to eat her.
Is Democorn meat particularly tasty? I guess maybe it is.
It's very colourful.
Yeah. It's just horse, but with food colouring, basically.
dance.
It'll be very palatable for the British diet.
Hmm.
We just don't know it yet. Is it still in the prison?
Yeah, it is still in the prison.
Probably pick it out, or I guess you don't own the prison yet, do you?
Satisfy its needs because it is rallied.
Because it is rallied.
You've claimed the Perception Shrine.
Drakawir adds that one thing even good developers miss on is optimization. Often releasing a game before optimizing memory, texture load time, etc. Yeah, it's one of the hardest things to always bear in mind. I think whenever you're making games, it's something that we are always striving to improve upon ourselves whenever our process of optimizing our games. That's why it's kind of exciting to get a lot of the new stuff that we're doing with the new project, because we have learned so many lessons about how to build games and how to build games in Unity, especially through doing this, which is our first project. Like, this is the first game we've ever made for the vast majority of the team. Oh, hello.
Have you seen how much gold there is over here right next to my base this whole time?
Yeah, the bit that you've been ignoring.
Yep.
And you also missed the Perception Shrine as well, which is the thing that's revealed all of this to you.
Your minions is unhappy.
Your minions are unhappy. Your minions
Your
are unhappy.
minions are unhappy, Underlord. Maybe
They're unhappy by design.
I mean,
I want them to be sad.
sad workers are efficient workers, I think you'll find.
Yeah, because they're being slapped to go faster.
Exactly. Slapping your minions is the way forward in all cases. Never ever make the mistake that you should have happy workers. Doom doo doom. Got a few minions training away there. And I also noticed, obviously, we rescued the Mother Demon Core.
Yep.
So you got a lovely 27,500 points for that. Just put you most of the way to completing your realm. In My Pet Dungeon, to explain this, as I said before, the level is complete. When you reach a certain points value. It doesn't mean that you have to finish the level. You can stick around and keep playing it for as long as you want, keep exploring, keep discovering. And all of these points, the way we generate them is based off the size of your dungeon, the units in it, the level of the units, all of the things that you're doing add to it. And if you lose units and stuff like that, it takes away. And of course, then you have the optional objectives, which Kian has been exploring. The vampire is starving, apparently.
The vampire
that's not good.
can go away.
I mean, he's not going to go away.
I know.
He's going to get very mad.
No, it's fine. He'll sort himself out when he gets hungry, though.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you confident in that? Okay. Well, we'll see where we're at in like 5 minutes' time when the vampire. I mean, I guess he will find food one way or the other.
It'll just be whether he's eating dungeon core or else.
Tasty dungeon core. It's very nutritious.
I mean, it is worrying
that
maybe the prison is empty. No, it's full.
No. You're not going around or anything.
A level 8 huntress.
Oh, nice. Gotta
Give
get
me one of them.
Get one of those. Get one of those in ya.
Found where all my workers are. So,
were they all off reinforcing your stuff?
Just that one wall.
I'm sure your tender touch will bring it round.
So I'm just kind of snaking around this path here, trying to work out what's part of the map.
Could use some of your prophecies while you're waiting for the worker. See if we can uncover anything out here.
Surprise, Lee. The surprise.
Oh look, an artifact there.
Right, so I have to get a
pretty swanky
bridge over that way. And there's a bit of dirt here. dig through this to anything? Oh, yeah, I can. More map. Oh, I saw a little level 1 shield. Ah, it's one of the demon columns. Nice.
There you go. The
And another one.
A huntress has
The artifact which Kian has uncovered, they're like, I guess they're kind of like loot boxes. They contain a random reward. You don't have to pay for them though. We believe that, what was it? Pride and success, pride and achievement, or whatever. That should be free.
Yep.
We give it away. We are kind developers. It feels like that was years ago. Always controversy.
A juggernaut has been corrupted in your
A juggernaut has been corrupted. Your torture chamber. The Gaming Knight asks, what was the big problem making this game other than the money problem I heard about earlier? I guess, like, there were a lot of challenges. Like, as I mentioned before, none of us had made a game before, so we were kind of learning by fire, and I think the end result speaks for itself. It's pretty great. There are things that we would change, but as with any work of art, and this is something like most people who work on this sort of stuff will tell you, you always sit there and think, I could make this better. I know how to make this better now, and that's because you're always learning. The challenges were, of course, money was very tight. There were early on some problems with the team which had to be resolved. You couldn't read. Again, like the details are sort of like spread across the internet, but you can read a bit more about that in particular on the Bright Rock website. We have a blog. We have a few blog posts up. One which chronicles in a bit more depth our journey. So that's www.brightrockgames.com. And you'll find out a bit more there. So there's a bunch of things which we had to go through, and of course there's always a big challenge because this game is a spiritual successor to stuff that were really well loved in the first place. So it's like trying to have your own vision while making good on what the community at large expects, and the community has always been a big part of what we've done. So, like, I would say that's probably one big challenge. And of course, then when we were running out of money, the release was a challenging time for everyone. But we stuck to it, and we have this amazing game today that we're really, really proud of.
Can I just say I still don't have 3 succulents?
You can say that.
Yeah, very disappointed.
You have successfully said that, in fact. And my response to you will be, indeed.
Indeed.
Indeed. Indeed, there are less than 3 succubi.
I might be able to use an Inquisitor.
I feel like the Inquisitor won't count.
I'm gonna try 3 Inquisitors. He'll give me a rubbish version of whatever I was supposed to get. 1 Inquisitor. 2 Inquisitor.
Free Inquisitor? You look for Inquisitor, you see it.
There he is.
Free Inquisitor.
5k.
More gold. Worth 5k that Inquisitor was.
Disappointing.
So I know a few. I think that it is Ember Demon and 2 Skargs makes a Molten Skarg, and likewise I'm pretty sure an Ember Demon and 2 Chundas makes the Chili Chunder, and then I think it's Frostweaver and 2 Chundas makes the Chili Chunder. That's basically all I know. Oh, Bafu and Chundas obviously makes the badass flying chunder.
Oh, wait, 2 Bafu, 1 Chunder, or 2 Chunder, 1 Bafu?
I can't remember. Right, 2 chunder, 1 Bafu. It might be both ways. Probably won't be. Sacrifice, sacrifice.
You are generous in
There we go.
There we go.
so much.
Badass flying chunder.
Chunder is a flight-capable chunder whose parent gorged on Bafu. Your minions fight the enemy.
The animations are great. I love the badass flying chunder.
Oculus lost.
Well, he's always looking for a fight.
He's ready. He's like, yeah, come on. You what, mate? I think that the lore behind chunders is quite interesting. Actually, they are the embodiment of you are what you eat. So, the different kinds of chunders you encounter are actually like canon, and it's just basically what they've eaten, what their parents ate before they were given birth. They take on the elements. Be a Vampire is giving you some recipes.
Ember Demon, Skarg
Skarg
Piglet, Ember Demon, Chunder Piglet. Yeah, but I don't have any Ember Demons. Give me recipes for things I have. Like I don't wanna go through like a massive amount of effort.
What do you think this is?
I have to like build an Ember Demon thing.
YouTube Frost V asks, just came online. Are you making a new thing? There's nothing in the pipeline for War for the Overworld, but we are indeed making a new project. We really want to share details of it, but we can't, not yet. It will be coming though, I promise. Very, very, very excited to share. And it will be. You will question. In fact, do you even have phones? I mean, do you guys not have phones? That would be really bad, wouldn't it? If like, just like, yeah, we're making this new game. It's called, it's code named Project Aftercare. You're gonna really love it. Everyone's gonna be amazed by it. It's just gonna be like War for the Overworld mobile.
Yeah.
Activated to instantly complete.
I mean, that'll be like double. Like we would get double hate points for it because of EA's attempts as well.
Well, at least it'd probably be better than that. It might actually help us.
Vortex unlocked.
I can get the Underminer. Nice.
A demo corn is unhappy because it hasn't been paid.
This is the dungeon management game, mobile dungeon management game you've been waiting for. So that's what it'll be.
Undermine.
Could you imagine? Wow. Yeah, no info on the new thing. The only thing I can share is that it is called. It's not what it's called. It's codenamed Project Aftercare. That's not its name. We've shared that out in the world a few times. There are a few assets lying around in occasional places. They're basically irrelevant now, though, because it is evolved through the pre-production and the production steps that we're going through. It's not War for the Overworld 2. We're not opposed to doing a War for the Overworld 2 at some point in the future. But we are taking a little break, and we want, basically, for a sequel to War for the Overworld, we want to go further, so we need to be able to go further. So we're hoping that this next game will bring us that success, and maybe we can then look at a sequel. They're not War for the Overworld 2, and it's not War for the Overworld Mobile. I'm joking, it's not War for the Overworld Mobile.
You claim.
Evil things come to those who wait.
One of your minions is unhappy.
Another one.
What should I put over here? I might just put a random garrison.
Kong Feet from YouTube says, "Hey, your minions, fools!" And then, will there be a Trump Underlord in the future? What would a Trump-based Underlord be like?
Orange.
Or just orange.
Yeah.
Right. It would be pure orange. It's just an orange cube.
Yep.
It obviously, like, you'd have to have a wall around the dungeon core so you can't see it. And I really don't want to say anything else because we try not to be too political. least. Not when we're in a professional capacity. Although, like, this is more between you and us. Stream, this is between you and us. Cultists, witch doctors, and priestess. That's a recipe for you.
Cultist, witch doctor,
and priestess.
I don't have a witch doctor.
Oh no, maybe that's not a recipe for you. I think that was an answer to Gaming Night.
Oh, are there healing units in the game?
Your minions are fighting the enemy. You've identified an artifact.
How much longer do you think we have of the stream, Lee? How long have we got to show off this?
That's a good point. Oh, okay. We're actually running quite on now. We've been going for quite a while. Surprisingly.
Yeah, about an hour and a half.
Alright, so stream, Twitch chat, YouTube chat, Steam chat, we are going to be on for 10 minutes more. We'll give you 10 minutes because I've not been watching my watch, but it's actually a bit past when we were planning to stick around to. And we have stuff that's happening tonight, so we need to get on. But yeah, if you have any questions, please ask them. We'll do our best to answer you. And after that, we'll be leaving you in the capable hands of ourselves, who will be on repeat for the duration of the Steam sale, which I should have. Oh, I hope it's right. Yeah, of course the Steam sale. Yeah, the Steam sale, which War for the Overworld should be 75% off in.
And you always feel free to nominate War for the Overworld
for the awards that the Steam Awards, which are apparently happening as well. Please nominate War for the Overworld for whatever category you feel is relevant. It would be absolutely amazing if we won it, or if we were in a finalist. It's like it's nice to be recognised. But of course, you should always go with what you feel deserves the awards that you.
Your minions need a larger layer.
Be a Vampire, you ask. I'm curious what the last few weeks before the 1.0 release in back all the way back in April 2015 was like for me, because you've only talked to Stefan about it. It was very, very difficult. We were deep in crunch, and obviously immediately after that, that was the biggest number of new users we ever got, so like that was a huge community management task for me. Very
some
tough.
people are saying that they're only getting a green screen now.
They're only getting a green screen from us?
Yep.
Wow.
And the Gaming Night says, well, my internet just had too much vodka.
Wow.
So I feel like the stream may have suffered there.
Yeah. It might have been a few dropped frames. I suspect that people are still able to see the stream.
Yeah, it's just nice to double check.
Yeah. If you want to talk more about it, Be a Vampire, then you can ask me and I'll respond to you at some point. Ask me on Slack.
Shockwave unlocked.
Frostby asks,
Empowered Banshee.
now I want War for the Overworld for mobile. Can you put it as a side project? Okay, in all seriousness, War for the Overworld as it is wouldn't just like not technically on a technical level be able to run on a mobile device. It would require a lot more work. So there's no chance in the future that War for the Overworld will be ported to mobile or to consoles for that matter. We're not opposed to investigating things for future projects, but we are. I mean, obviously, our focus at the moment is on the PC market, so expect PC games for the future.
Oh, wait! I just got enough points.
Excellent.
There we go.
That basically
basically finished the level there.
Wraps it up for us. So Kian just passed the 75,000 mark, and now he's technically completed the level. As you can see, he's given the option to remain or carry on. If you choose to remain, then you can always leave by just clicking the move on button. My Pet Dungeon tab. Any point.
Your infernal urn has been destroyed.
So, yeah.
That's a shame.
The infernal urn has been destroyed. You brought in a huge wave of enemy units there, did you? Level 10.
Yeah.
They've done quite a bit of damage. Like there's damage just split between a lot of your forces like that. Juggernaut's only got 7. The level 7 Juggernaut is pretty hurt. Meanwhile, the wizard is just spamming elementals at you.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
Well, you won.
I've won. Everything was fine. They all won together and lived happily ever after.
Yeah.
My dungeon call wasn't under threat.
Nobody was complaining about pay.
Yeah, no one was dead. Just ignore that notification there about a witch doctor being rallied.
Been rallied too long.
From the clutches of good. Now, a Democorn truly is an Underlord's best friend.
Oh, right, let's just have a quick look at the time. Okay, we'll give you a few more minutes. If there's any more questions, then we will answer them now. If not, we will be wrapping up. But in the meantime, of course, I guess we should go through what we normally go through. First of all, buy our merch. Buy all the merch.
All the merch at Bright Rock Games.
Like
stored at brightrockgames.com.
If you could just buy like 800 soundtracks, that'd be pretty great. I think we'd be pretty happy with that. So yeah. If we bring back to the main menu, which is always a good place to look at some things that would be great. Sign up to our newsletter if you play the game. We don't email newsletters out very often. It is just mostly for the really important news, so you can expect the next one to come with some upcoming. There is a tiny bit of War for the Overworld stuff on the horizon. It's nothing major, so don't get overexcited. But it's something to reach a wider audience mostly. And we'll obviously be alerting you to that. When you sign up to the newsletter, you get an awesome worker skin, which is our mailman worker there, the postal worker.
Yep. All you gotta do is click sign up.
Yep.
Put in your email address, a cool guy at...
That's Cole Guy.
Cole guy at give me a worker.
Give me a worker dot
whatever.
Comma.
It'll accept it anyway.
It'll accept it anyway. Your email address is invalid. Wow. You just signed up for that. I'm sure nobody has that email, but you just signed up something, and we're now going to be sending out an email to an email address that doesn't exist. Thank you, Kian. A nice use of our emails out there. But yeah, sign up to the newsletter. We promise, like, you will not be badgered by it. It is literally, hopefully, if you're interested in the game or if you're interested in what we do, we've got some really cool stuff to share in the future coming up. And obviously, looking beyond War for the Overworld, we've got a new project which hopefully we'll be able to share to you sometime next year. If not, then it's 2020. It'll be very cool. Sign up for Facebook, Twitter, WFTO Game, as well as Bright Rock Games, and follow us on YouTube. All that. Hit the bell, subscribe, like, do the things. I don't know. Comment, like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. We don't have an Instagram. Make an Instagram for us and follow us on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do the things. Be awesome.
Pin us on Pinterest.
Buy 800 soundtracks.
There we go.
Pinterest.
Yep.
Are there any other Snapchat? I don't know. What do the kids do these days? No. Swipe right on Tinder.
Swipe right to stay woke. Oh.
And yeah, thank you very much. I covered your question, Crow from YouTube. Either 2019 or 2020, we'll see. It all depends on what happens surrounding the new game, but it is definitely on the horizon. So, yeah, really want to share it with you. I want to just say it out loud now, but I can't.
No, we're gonna end the stream now, so we can't do that.
End the stream now. We're gonna go to a pre-recorded stream. So we're still going to be here, but we're not going to be here. So please don't ask us questions from then on. And thank you very much for joining us today. We'll be back sometime next month as well, before Christmas, certainly, just to finish off the Heart of Gold campaign, which we were playing through. So, we'll see you next time.